I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I don't know what the issue is. Jeez. Okay, I feel like I messed this up because I messed this up. Oh, it's working. Great. So I've been trying to get this live to work for the past, like, I was trying to catch the sunset, but yeah, you can't really see it. I'm so sorry. I put like 12 advertisements out for 12 different lives, and now we're finally here. And now the lighting sucks because it took me so long to figure it out, but we're here. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. We're here. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Good. Sorry, I don't have my ring light. I don't have any of my. I barely made it today, but can you hear that? New York City, man. You guys want me to show you the view in a second? Here, let me try to hold you steady for a second while let's try to figure out how we can do this. Let's talk about the numbered man for the day, and then I'll give you guys a little look-see at the view, yeah? Okay. You're gonna chill right here for a second, okay? And then we'll. Is that okay? Are you cool? Are you good? Okay, let's say hi, and then let's talk about who number 85 is. Hello, Diana, Popcorn Golden, hi. Jay Her, meeting Megan. Stephanie's here, Lisa's here. Hello, hi Anthony, hi Judy, hi MJ. Oh, good to see y'all. Hello from Canada. Sorry, it's dark. Should I turn a light on? I feel like I really just love this background. So I'm like, I feel like if I turn a light on, it's gonna take from the background. I'm in New York. I just flew in. If you were on my Patreon, you know I was planning a trip to New York to do the podcast. Actually, I think I've told you guys this, right? I'm coming out here to do a podcast with Calvin. We're gonna get some episodes for my channel and then also some episodes for his channel. So we're gonna be going around New York City and checking out some of the cool stuff out here while I'm here. And so yeah, look forward to that. He is starting his podcast the 4th. So I think his first episode drops the 4th. So hi from Oregon. I love Oregon. Hi TPZ. Hi Crystal. Who is the furthest away from you right now, Amanda? I'm in Leeds, England. Probably you right now. Let's see. Yeah, we got Iowa, Oregon, Connecticut. This is my first live. Awesome, I made it. Well, welcome. Sorry, usually there's a little better quality. I'm just kidding. There's not. This is what you get. Just kidding. Okay, let's get the numbered man out of the way. Honestly, there's not a lot to say about him. He's still alive. He's still in the order. So, but I believe he's in the Owen family. So he's number 85, and from what I remember, he was like mostly in Idaho most of the time, working on the potato farm. But this is a quote from someone who was a little closer to him than I was, because I didn't really hang out a lot with a lot of the Idahoans. Well, a few of them. I was friends with a few of them. Thank you for the donation, Popcorn Golden. You're so sweet. The coffee fund. So he was known for basically bragging about being the lowest paid order member. So he would just brag about, like, look at me, like, struggling for the Lord. And he liked that. He liked, like, basically, he liked getting taken advantage of. It's so weird to see, like, there's a lot of order members who, like being mistreated and like, you know, slaving over
pennies for the Lord. And he was definitely one of them. He's a very yes man for the order. I believe I actually only knew one of his wives. I don't know how many wives he had. I should have clarified that. But yeah, he will die in the order. He's very devout. But there are quite a few men like that, and I think that that's the perfect order member that Paul wants, is someone who's willing to do anything for him with no questions asked, and even brag about being someone who takes nothing. But it's like, here you are, working for nothing. Well, for what? For your kingdom? For your, afterlife? Is that what it is? That scares me so bad. It sounds like someone's, busting in the room. He was a simp for the order. Exactly. A simp for Brother Paul, man. Yeah, there's a lot of those. There was a lot of people who would go to the John's Marketplace and buy the rotten produce and buy the dented cans because they were like, oh, we're helping the kingdom of God. And so they would get really, they were already culty in a lot of areas, but they were so culty in the areas of we need to make sure that these businesses do good. So I'll eat the food out of the aluminum. Can you get poisoning from eating dented food out of dented cans? They did it though. And they were proud of it, very prideful. Do you know when it will air? So I think Calvin is planning on dropping the first episode of his podcast on the 4th, and if we can get this filmed in time, the first episode might be with me, if we can get it figured out in time. If not, it might be one of the second or third episodes. But yeah, his first episode is coming out the 4th. I'm still coming out with the Cody Brown one. I just trauma, man. That Cody Brown one has been triggering so many parts of me. I can't look at him. I can't look at Cody. If I have to look at Cody Brown's face one more time, I'm gonna jump out of this window. I don't know, you guys. The fact that I have been editing this so much and it's been such a trigger for me, it's really concerning me. Oh, thank you, Mark. Mark says, cool sky view over your shoulder. Yeah, do you guys want to see? This is going to be kind of more of a chill live because I'm on vacation right now. Well, it's like a work vacation, but yeah. You guys want to see the view? Okay, I'm going to pick you up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to flip you around. Okay? Let's do a little flipsy. How do I do this? Can I flip you? Okay, we got I don't know what this lake is. It's not a lake. First of all, it's not a lake. Yeah, we got this pretty view of the ocean. Harbor? Is that what it's called? Yeah. I'm really high up, so I don't like to look down because I'm very, very afraid of heights. Your background and vibe is so fitting for me tonight. Starry night. My cat. Oh, your cat passed away. I'm so sorry, Lindsay. I had a Pomeranian, and it always sucks when it's so sudden. Here, I'm gonna get you guys back around. I feel bad that I'm just talking to this. Sorry. I had my Pomeranian. Her name was Sitka. And it happened so sudden. She just all of a sudden was they were taking blood transfers from her, and they said that she had what is it called? Lymphatic cancer. She had lymphatic cancer, and they're we needed to rush her into the emergency room for pets, and I was like, what? So it sucks though. It's they're a part of your family. So I hope you take the time that you need and don't listen to anyone that doesn't understand. Eskel's here. Hi, Eskel. Do you want to see the view again, Eskel? This is what we're dealing with. You should have came with me. This is what's behind me. It kind of reminds me of Seattle a little bit. When I first saw it, kind of reminds me of when we was hanging out with Rachel. Okay, Eskel's here, so I'm gonna show him the view again. Eskel, you would like it here. You would like it. Can I zoom? I can. Do you guys like that? We're just turning into like a. We'll just be like an ASMR channel now. I'll just have like sounds of the waves. Let's all sleep to it. Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit. I was actually hoping to like maybe go live with Calvin, but I don't know. Maybe we could plan something. If you guys have questions though for Calvin, because I have a few questions that I'm gonna be asking him for my podcast. But yeah, if you guys have questions for him, let me know. I really am so like fascinated by the idea of, because me and him go off on the topic of narcissism and how cults really create breed narcissists. So I really want to talk to him about his opinion on, you know, if he believes that he was on the path to being a narcissist and what clicked in his brain that made him, you know, realize. Because like a lot of us, I think all of us know someone who has narcissistic personality disorder, right? All of us know at least one person. And it's like they'll never change. So my question is like, how do you get them to finally be self-aware? So I'm going to be asking him that, and I'm also asking just questions about the deeper side of things of being a part of a cult. So if you guys have questions and you'd like them answered in the podcast, let me know. Eskel, I'm on my way right now. Damn, the view is making me want to listen to all the 90s and 2000 hip-hop. I want to go to the Bronx. I know. You know what song I've been wanting to listen to this whole time I've been here? It's you know, everyone sings it wrong. They're like, New York, New York, concrete window with dream tomato. You know that song? Everyone sings it with the tomato in it. Amanda, get someone to record him and let him see it for himself. You think that that's what get someone to record him and then let him. Oh, there's Calvin. Hi, Calvin. Be ready, Calvin. I'm going to be asking you narcissist questions. Questions about narcissism. He's already ready. He loves that topic. That's a great view. Are you staying in the city? Yeah. I mean, this is the city, right? I'm actually not, like, I'm kind of by, I actually don't know where I'm at. Kind of by Manhattan. Oh my God, I don't know. Sorry. I think we're, let me think. Central Park is north of where I am, I think. Okay, you know what? I don't know where I am. I'm not even in New York. Help me. I'm a big fan of yours. Do you have any plans to come to the UK? Eventually, yes. I am going to be going all over the place once I get my passport. Once I get it back. My whole family are narcissists. Somehow I didn't end up that way. It's kind of crazy because it's almost impossible not to be a narcissist when you're raised by narcissists. But it takes a lot of self-awareness, empathy, being able to put yourself in other people's shoes, and accountability, which narcissists, like, good luck getting them to do that. Amanda, so I have a little bit of tea for another live. Ooh, we are planning on doing upper level. We are due for an upper level on Patreon. Oh, we are going live tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna do that while I'm out here? Tomorrow's Monday, today's the 30th. Okay, yeah, actually that'll work. A live in New York on Patreon, that'll be fun. And it'll be lighter out, so I'll give a daytime view on Patreon. We'll chit chat. You can't. I've been married to one for 23 years. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't even imagine. When you're with a narcissist for that long, it can be very, very draining. I don't know how you do it. Probably a lot of therapy, a lot of self-talk. Do you consider the order a cult? Yes, I do. A high demand religion, or both? A genuine question. I consider it a cult because if you look up the definition of a cult, just look up the definition. There's actually a lot of cults and people that don't think that people that are in the cults that don't think that they're cults. But really, just the definition of a cult is basically a society that does things that are deemed like out of the ordinary, extreme. Yeah, the definition isn't. It's not like, I don't know. If you really look up the definition, even if you are an order member, you have to agree that you are in a cult because the definition of a cult is, you know, doing things that society deems as extreme or different or whatever. So yeah, the order is definitely a cult. They do a lot of things that don't make sense, and they have the whole don't question authority, like just do what I say without questioning me. And that's something that I think that every single cult has, is the pyramid scheme, right? That one at the top is not questioned, and then one at the bottom, they all have to just follow suit. So 100% they are a cult. In the beginning, I keep hearing that in the beginning of the order, they actually were not super religious. It was mostly about like, because the Great Depression was just happening. It was 1935, so it was like a lot of people trying to huddle together. So my thing that I'm trying to understand though is like, how did they get all these polygamists together? I guess because it was Utah at the time. Because I keep hearing that originally it was just a group of people that were huddling together to like help each other out. That's why they had the storehouse and consecration, right? To everyone's consecrating. But everyone at the time was religious, but they were in different religions. And then eventually it just became a religion, a polygamous one, and then it got to the crazy shit that it is today. Bravo. And it only took, like, think of it, 1935, it only took 3 leaders to end up in the shit show that it is today. Like, after the first one, everyone talks about the first leader of the order being the best, but by the second one, Brother Ortel, my grandpa, he was already doing inbreeding. His first wife was his niece. Like, they were starting to do this whole, like, bloodline thing, the bloodline direct descendant of Christ, and, like, it just went so far south so fast. But I personally don't believe that it was as great as people say that it was in the beginning. I just think that it's easy to say that. Amanda, do you know who number 11 was? Yes, number 11. Wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of number 10. Number 10 is Merlin Kingston. He was the one that was supposed to be. There's this whole rivalry, right, where Merlin was supposed to be the leader, and so Paul's family and Merlin's family got in this big argument, and so Merlin's family's kind of like ostracized for it. I have to look at who number 11 is. Sorry, I should know. I should have these memorized. I'll look into that. Didn't we do episode 11? Hi, Carly. Same middle name. I actually love my middle name, Ray. I kind of think it'd be cute to have a little kid named Ray Ray. Isn't that cute? Ain't that cute? P.S. Your singing makes me sad again. She's like, please stop singing. I'm gonna do it again. Concrete window with dream tomato. Oh, thank you, Mark. You just gifted 20 memberships. Look at this. Everybody's getting memberships. You get a membership. You get a membership. You're so sweet. Oh, wow. Eskel, you got a membership. That means you guys have access to my hidden video that you can go watch now that Val's in. Okay, Calvin. What did Calvin say? Cults are on a spectrum, but the order is definitely more on the side of cultiness. Yes, I agree with that. He says... Oh, he's talking to Lindsay. Are you in Brooklyn? Am I seeing water behind you? Yeah, you want to see? I show you the view. I've already showed this like 4 times, but I like this view, so I'll show you again. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah, you can. There's a little boat right there. Calvin, you don't know how the song goes? It goes... to new. You guys are getting a treat. I'm singing on a live on Culty Cup. I feel like this is a Patreon live. This is what I do on Patreon. So it goes, New York, concrete window with dream tomato. You know that one? That's what dreams are made of. I forget who sings. No, it's tomato. I'm pretty sure, Todd. I think you're wrong on that one. Concrete window, wet dream tomato. You can see New Jersey right across the river. Really? Is that Hoboken? Hello? Wow. I watch every episode of Escaping Polygamy. I did not know what polygamy was until I watched the show, and I was like, wow. Yeah, I've had a lot of people say that. And it's crazy to think, like, my entire life was polygamy. And to meet people that are like, oh, I never even knew that existed. And I was like, I didn't even know that monogamy existed. So sometimes I meet people and they're like, oh my gosh, your life is so interesting. What was it like to be like sheltered and da-da-da-da? And I'm like, your life is interesting. What was it like to have like a good life? What's that like? I don't know. I want to like live through these people that got to have like healthy parents and like a healthy lifestyle. Not a dad that has sex with his sister. What's that like? You tell me about that. Anywho, this is gonna be a shorter live, so I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions and I'm gonna be heading out. I'm like tired. I need to go to sleepy. Concrete window, wet dream, tomato. OMG, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, you got a membership. Mark's so sweet. What a sweetheart. I watch every episode of Oh fuck. Sorry. I'm swearing because I'm in New York and everyone swears here. So now I swear. I don't ever swear. You guys know this. I never ever swear. That was my one slip up. Just kidding. Everyone from Patreon's like, you're such a liar. You're the biggest, fattest liar I ever did know. How I go about getting a membership. So the memberships, I believe if you just click, if you're underneath my name on this live, there should be a spot to like become a member. But yeah, the memberships are monthly, and you get access to these really cool emojis. I'll show you right now. Only members can have these emojis. Boop. So all the ones who just become a member, like look at your emojis, and you can put those random emojis of me in there. And then you also have access to a video that's not public, that's only for members. Oh shoot. Where's my chat? Sorry you guys, I'm losing the chat. Hey, why is everyone saying I'm a bad singer? I'm gonna sing again now. Actually, I'll have you know, just kidding. I am a bad singer. What did you say? You're making my dogs, you're scaring my dogs, Amanda. Please stop singing. I'm gonna sing again now. Ready? This is my microphone. Usually when I do karaoke, I do Beyonce and like everybody leaves. I'm like, where'd they all go? So I think it's because I did such a good job that they have to go run and tell all their friends. That's why they left. What is it like to have parents that take you to activities, things you're into? In that note, what would it be like to go to public school? Yeah, I've had this thought. I guess you've had the same thought, Calvin. What would it be like if my parents like actually cared about me, and like when I showed an interest in something as a kid, if they would have like helped me pursue that, would I be like super I don't know, super athletic or super like, where would I be today? I'd probably be so productive. I don't know. If my parents like actually helped me rather than making fun of me for wanting to go to school and stuff like that, where would I be? I'd probably be a whole different person, you know? If like your parents really, really do affect how you become as an adult. And it's kind of scary how much they can control or like, you know, cause you to either have to be an adult working through trauma or an adult succeeding and like just doing great. Because a lot of the times I feel like I'm finally getting to this point in life where I'm like, oh, I feel so good about like who I am and where I'm at in life, and I'm finally making it. But then I'll see like other people that just got to have these sets of skills because their parents were healthy, and like I'm finally getting it now, whereas they just got to like be born with these healthy skills. It's crazy. But also though, there is that side of like life experience that you get from trauma. So that's good, I think. If you can figure it out. If you can work past your trauma and become stronger from it, that's great. But if not, it's a little scary. I say to get into the New York spirit, you have to listen to Nas, DMX, and Jay-Z. Ooh, I like Jay-Z. Okay. My favorite song by Jay-Z, I can't even say it because it has bad words in it. The name of it is bad. Aquanta's here. Hi, Aquanta. Ugh. Well, we got a lot of comments. Calvin, do you want to do a live? Maybe we'll do a live with Calvin if he's free. I don't know. We're already planning a lot of stuff. If we can swing a live, then that'll be great. I almost wonder if it would be a good idea to do a live on Instagram or maybe a Patreon live with him. I would love to see you do videos about Paul's siblings and cousins' wives like you did with Paul's, please. So we actually are, I'm working on so remember how I did all of Paul's wives, right? We did the 27 wives, and I told you guys how many are his sisters, how many are his nieces, how many are his cousins. He's only not related to one of his 27 wives. Now I'm doing research for Ortel, the leader before him, and all of his wives, how many are related to him, how many kids he had, etc. So, because a lot of you guys really like the family tree stuff. So, and like honestly, it's good to have the information out there. Here in the UK, I want it that way, and also Steps or a Club 7 of Robbie Williams are the character. I want it that way. Is that the one you're talking about? I love basketball. How wild it'd be if I actually was sent to play a team with an actual coach, right? See, like if your parents would have helped you pursue that. Calvin you live a crazy life here in New York, man. He has, I feel like you've lived so much in just the like short amount of time that you've been here. We're talking about that on the podcast. All the crazy experiences that he's had so far. Sorry it's so dark. Okay, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and then I'm gonna give you one more quick view of this view, and then we're gonna go goodbye, and then I'll see you tomorrow on Patreon. My parents are really homophobic towards me. Isn't that like, it's just the worst. Like what? I will never understand why parents are like deciding to like disown their own kid, or like not, like you should take the opportunity, if your kid is gay, take the opportunity to understand and learn more about that for your kid and for your relationship, rather than just like I can say this all day though, and no, still parents are like like in the order, they'd be like, being gay is wrong, being gay is bad. Why? Because God said. Why? It's just wrong. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. It's like, well, if it's that simple to just make a rule, like, to me, what you should be focusing on, rather than being homophobic, you should be focusing on, you know, the people that are actually hurting people, like the pedophiles and stuff like that. Why are we focusing on gay people that are like 2 consenting adults? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you guys are wasting your energy on that. Hi, Jenna. Thank you for the donation. Frank Sinatra is rolling in his grave. Yeah. Love your videos. I feel so bad that I haven't been putting out new videos, but Jenna, I'm coming out with a new one, okay? Just for you. Just for you. Wow, we have quite a few UK people here, huh? Ashley's in the UK as well. I wonder what life would be like if I did anything outside of church growing up. I know. You'd probably be a whole different person. Sometimes I get depressed thinking about it. I'm like, I probably would be like so much cooler. Or not. Because trauma does make you funny. My trauma has made me just be my own best friend and like make myself giggle at everything. Whenever I'm getting really depressed, I'll just like, I'll make a hee-hee joke at myself, and then I feel better. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like you're your own best friend? And you should, because you spend 24/7 with yourself, you better be your own best friend. Sometimes when I'm in buildings this tall, I feel like I don't like it. I like to be on the ground. I have a really big fear of heights. I was talking to someone about this. So you know how you have these like random fears, like fear of heights, claustrophobia, and people were saying that you can have trauma from your ancestors. So like you can have passed down trauma. Not only do we have to work through the trauma that we have because of our parents, but we have to work through some weird trauma that we have from our grandparents, from our great-great-grandparents. So they said that it's possible that your claustrophobia or fear of heights could be a really traumatic memory that's been passed down to you. Isn't that weird? Also, I think I've talked about this on Patreon. What your there's been some research that says how your development as a child can. Maybe I should talk about this on Patreon. It's a little graphic. Thank you, Eskel. Hi, Sarah. So happy to see you live again. I'm happy to see you, Casey. No, you. Trauma gives you a sick, warped sense of humor. It's how I coped growing up. Yeah, Crystal, yep. It's because I almost feel like, for me, when I'm going through something really traumatic, my brain is trying so hard to help me not like want to die and cry that it will make a really dark, twisted joke. And it's weird. It's like I'm two people. I have my logical side and my creative side. And I definitely feel like my creative side is usually taking over. But yeah, there's times where I can see, like, I can have full-on conversations back and forth with the logic and the creative. Have you guys ever experienced that? We all have, two sides of the brain. Our corpus callosum or whatever is what connects the two sides of the brain. I was sorry, I'm like going all over the place right now because I have so many things on my mind. But did you guys ever see the study on when because people were having seizures and they didn't know how to correct the seizures, so they decided back in the day they were just going to cut the corpus callosum, which means now the two halves of the brain are not connected. So then you would have like the left side not connecting to the right side, so your left and right side are doing two different things. And they did this study on a cat where they did it to the cat and research it. If you're interested in psychology, it's super, super interesting to me. Dark humor is the best. I know. It really does help you get through those rough times. Hollow, it is Seventh-day Adventist religion was Seventh-day Adventist religion, which means they go to church on Saturday. I always thought that was so weird. When I found that out after I left the order, I was like, people go to church on Saturdays, but like the Sabbath day is Sunday. And I thought they were so stupid for doing that. But then when I was doing my research, I'm like, actually, in the Bible it said, then on the seventh day was the day of rest. So technically, the seventh day would be Saturday, if you think about it. Homophobia always just seemed like projection. Really, you're worried that gay people are coming for your kids when you're the one abusing them, right? Yeah. I think that anything that you're like that frustrated at, like being homophobic and things like that, it's really just something that you're not familiar with and you're uncomfortable with. People just, instead of like sitting in their uncomfortableness and like learning more, taking that as an opportunity to learn about themselves, they run from it. And I'm guilty of this too. When I was younger, a lot of the time, like anything that was new or uncomfortable, I would just be like, oh, I don't like it, right? And maybe to some extent, that's like a something that keeps us safe and it protects us because it's like, scary situations, stay with what you know. But if you think about it and can really sit in it in those times where you're uncomfortable and like when someone offends you, sit in it and think about it. Like, why am I so offended right now? Why am I, like, use it as an opportunity to learn about yourself. It does wonders, man. I'm telling you. This coming from someone who was very like, nope, this is, straight and narrow, this is the only right way. And then to finally realizing, like, why am I uncomfortable about this? Why don't I think about this memory? Why is this memory something I push it out into the back of my brain, Like, let's sit in it and let's learn about it. So yeah, I think that people that are super homophobic, they just don't know how to like have an open mind and see from a different perspective, and they're just uncomfortable and they don't know how to cope with that. So then they project. I think it's a mixture of a lot of things though. Yes, I had a client that had seizures all the time as a kid and they took out half of his brain. Oh my gosh, that seems kind of excessive for that. You know what's crazy is like there's no real cure for seizures. Like you would think that seizures have been around for so long and there's no like, oh, take this and you're cured, you know? I have a weird, dark, awkward trauma sense of humor. Same, same Jane. People don't know how to react to some of the jokes I make about my trauma jokes, but I'm laughing at them. I know there's been times where I make a joke and I'm like, oh, that was a little too dark for this crowd. And then when you're in a crowd where someone laughs really hard, you're like, oh, they've had a traumatic past too. Ha ha, ha ha. Question. Was there any part of the show, Escaping Polygamy, that wasn't real and just done for views, or was anything over-exaggerated? Everything that I was a part of was real escapes. Because how can you like reenact that, right? Like literally I'm helping my sister get out of my parents' home. Like there's no way you can like reenact that. But there were times where I was like basically just, when I watched the episode over again, and I was like, that wasn't in there. There was like a dog barking in the background. There were sound effects that were definitely put in there. Anyway. All right. One or two more questions and then we're G2G. What are we at? We're at 36 minutes now. Oh, I honestly thought it was only gonna be like 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Okay. Processing trauma is always exciting. Never know what repressed memories will come back. Oh yeah. Definitely, like when you're going to a lot of therapy too, you'll notice, that's the hard part about therapy, is you'll notice that you're healing, but then through the healing, it's like your brain feels like it's safe, so then it shows you the things that were repressed. So then you have to process that too. So, but I still like advise everyone should be going to therapy. Like uncovering all of that about yourself, you're able to finally live in this state of mind that I think everyone should be able to live in. Or at least understand. Hi, Belinda. Heck yes, finally got to a live when it was live and only 30 minutes late. Well, we're going soon, but I'm glad that you made it. That was a good question though, Christina. There was definitely, I think with every TV show, there's gonna be exaggerated stuff. And for views, right? They're gonna wanna make it seem more intense. But there were also episodes where I was like, that was more intense than it was being portrayed. Like that was scarier than they let on. So I think it's just like perspective, I don't know. Weed helps seizures, it's incredible. Really? I did not know that. Who is number 85 or did I miss it? You did miss it. I didn't have a lot to say about number 85, but I can just say it again. Number 85 is in the Owen family. He's still alive and he's in the order. But basically the main thing about him was just that he was a very dedicated, or he is a very dedicated order member, and he would, one of the quotes was he would basically just brag about being the lowest paid order member. So he's very, very devoted to the order. Yeah, as we get into these higher numbers, it's harder to like know a lot about them because they're like newer numbers, right? Like some of the numbers we're going to be getting into have been recently given out. Remember when we did the Culty Cup of Coffee? I think it was like Culty Cup of Coffee 14 or something, where we were talking about how they just gave out new numbers and they were very, very biased. We'll just say that. Most of the numbers were like Paul's kids and like David's kids. Whoever the favorites were. All right, Eskel's still here, bragging about how little he makes. That's a little odd. Yeah, because he was the lowest paid order member, and he was like proud of it. There's a lot of people like that though in the order, because like it's like a badge of honor. Like look at how I'm willing to sacrifice for the Lord, and the Lord is gonna bless me. You know what's crazy though? I think about this all the time, and I'm like, you're not really, like people think it's so selfless. It's not, because they're thinking that they're getting this benefit in the afterlife. So I've thought about this. Atheists technically are the most selfless when they're actually doing something out of the kindness of their heart, because they don't think that they're gonna reap a benefit in the afterlife like religious people do. But then there are also religious people that just like to be good people. Like, they enjoy it. So it's an interesting concept, though. All right. Great. Now I'm humming the Law and Order theme. TPZ. Love you, Crystal. Okay. I am going to head out, but I will see you guys on Patreon tomorrow. And then maybe, if we're lucky, we can get a live with Calvin. And hopefully my Cody Brown episode will be out this week. All right. It was good to see y'all. I'll hang out with y'all on Patreon tomorrow. Have a good night. Good rest of your Sunday. Bye, Jane. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Eskel. Bye, Calvin. Bye, Diana. Okay, love you guys. Bye.